I almost did one of them lives where I drive around, but I didn't have my holder. It was, I don't know where it's at actually. Now that I think about it. Says it's 43 and it's raining in Taos. It's not, and it says it really feels 35 though. What the fuck? That is the lamest. You know, people come up with some dumb stuff. The real feel. Where I'm at, it says it's raining. It's not raining. Hasn't rained. The ground isn't moist. We're supposed to get snow overnight, but not very much. Let's see what the radar's doing across the land. I like this wind. God bless you, Ma. You need some Kleenex? Huh? I gotta get Kleenex. How do I keep forgetting Kleenex? And I even put it on lists, and then I forget the list. I remember the list today. I got a lot done. Here, this is kind of soft. Here, use that. Just use it all. Splurge. Go ahead. She tears pieces off and like she's so. A lot of Native Americans act like that, so small. Like I don't want to waste anything. Like I don't want to take up too much space on this planet. And they got the biggest spirits. Go ahead, blow your nose, Ma. That's why I gave it to you. Blow. Better? Huh? How to take care of things. People don't know how to take care of things. They learn later. And then they're so tired they don't want to do the thing that they got to do to take care of the thing. You know what? People don't want to take care of things. Like if people don't want to play house and have babies, stop having kids. You know? Like don't have, but people are chasing but the world is created to chase sensations. It's, you know, do this, you know, for a few feelings of gratification to satisfy those earthly sensations, chasing sensations, and then, risk the rest of your life of having this other person that you need to think about, you know? And a lot of people, they don't think about they don't think about the life in which they create. They don't. I live in New Mexico. It's obvious how much they don't care about life here. I lived in a lot of places. They don't care about life in a lot of places. They don't care about life in Oregon.
In Oregon?
Lived in Oregon. They don't care about life there. You know? We need just quartzites all over the place, everywhere. Like all over the United States. We need places where people can go in their RVs and freaking and camp and have proper disposal sites, and they can, get rid of their freaking human waste in a manner that isn't disgusting, doesn't piss off everybody in the area. Right? Give people what they need to take care of themselves in life. Make it easier, not harder. I can't wait till this stupid freaking leadership, government, until the people with the ideas really start coming through. But got that stuff done today. I met a nice guy named Jai. Hi, Jai. Jai. And he's a dude. I've been wanting to make his acquaintance for quite some time. And he's a fella. Sometimes I see him and I've thought it was because I drive, it's where what he does is he picks up garbage on 522, the stretch here between Arroyo Hondo and Taos. the blinking light. That's his jurisdiction. And he wears a hat and it says fire department, right? And a lot of the fire departments around here, they're volunteer. You know, everything's, if really people really want to get stuff done in a community, it is by volunteer, because the people that get paid to do shit never get off their ass to actually get shit done. It's ridiculous, like the imbalance that's become this planet. I mean, I've been a support staff my whole entire life, so it's like we always got paid shit. And we had to work the hardest. It never made sense, right? And so I paid attention, and my whole life, all these places, you know, were like the CEO. I mean, I was looking at these companies like Reels today coming up on my you know, why, like the 12 people, like why it's hard for everybody else because of these 12 a-holes that like, or you know, that are in these made up reindeer game industries like baking and shit like that. One guy makes $35 million a year. No human being is worth that shit. I don't care if they sell their soul. I don't care. Nobody's worth. I mean, because of shit like that, there's so many people that frickin' they're living on the streets, looking for places to frickin' crap and shit like that. It's ridiculous. Tucker, I will help you up in just a moment, bud. Let me put my hair up. It's been driving me crazy. Benny got the spot up there. He's going for it. All right. Oh, I don't need to help him much. They're actually pretty agile and stuff. You know, I'm always like, woo, woo, woo. They're pretty agile. They're pretty good. So, I was talking to Jai. It's Jai. I was talking to Jai. You need a pillow, Tuck? Hi, good girl. Here, let me go get you a pillow, Tucker. I've been meaning to. Here, go, bud. Here, go, boy. He's a Marge. You always know what's up, Marge. Kiss it, boy. Come on. What? There you go. He said you always know what I like, lady. So, I've been meaning to stop and talk to this fella for quite some time. And I came up around the bend out of the canyon. And there it was. I saw the truck. I saw his truck. I said, today's the day. And I looked, and nobody was behind me for quite some time. And so I pulled up in front of him, stopped, hopped out, walked up to him. I was like, I've been wanting to do this for some time. I'm like, today's the day, you know. My name's Marge. And we got to talking, and I said I really appreciate. He said, I really appreciate you. I see you so many times out here picking up trash, and I really appreciate you doing that. And I said, if you like, I give cookies to people in the community, and he was like, heck yeah, right? And so you know, and I explained him. We gave him my spiel that I give to everybody, and. And he's picking up garbage, and you know, I'm walking with him, talking with him, and I said, you know, the people that really care, they don't get paid to we don't get paid to do this stuff, right? The people that take care are doing it because they care, not because they're collecting a paycheck for it. And the people that have been collecting a paycheck, they stop caring about the stuff that they're getting paid to care about. They stopped. And so that's got to shit. People got to come back into their heart in order for things to get better in their local communities, because they got to stop serving these entities on this hill, you know. Don't help the people here because somebody over in D.C., said like they don't care about the community. People that make that much money to work less than half the year, people. I've been thinking a lot about how people forget where they came from, right? And that they would, and if they have gained any sort of success in life of any kind, it's it's a lot of that is because of where they came from, right? And they forget and they want to ignore, and that's why these small places where so many people come from get ignored, and they're left in the past because people don't want to go back and make things better. When they're the ones, it's our social obligation to maintain our communities, and most communities have failed. I mean, I get my algorithm. I get stuff from all over the United States. Every state there's homeless people. Now there's like, even in places where like the rich people. I always thought this, like, you had to have money to live there. It's seeping out there too. Like even Wyoming, people off on. I mean, every state in this. We have become a third world nation. And I never thought I'd see it, and I see and people wonder why, if people want to know why veterans kill themselves, it's because we recognize what fucking bullshit, like, wars and stuff are, Like every person, every soldier, right, comes to that realization at some point that it's, we're there's no threat for democracy and freedom, from dudes in caves, And a lot of these groups have come or exist because of what we've done. And now there's puddles of people traveling all over the world just looking for refuge, People from Central America told, they can't because of the cartels and the drugs and stuff like that. You know why drugs and cartels and stuff like that exist? Because there's people that freaking love taking drugs and make a lot of money from ruining people's lives. They don't care if people die because they'll just find them somebody else to take them. Because everybody's sad. Just make the world a sad place to live, and then people be sad, and then look at all the people who buy the pills. And then they just die off. Come on, Pet Benny. His emotions as deep as the oceans. Oh, now Tucker's moody. Now she wants. I know what he wants. Yeah, anyway. So, that's all right. We're here to teach people how to take care of folks. People like me. I fought it for a long time. I just want to take care of myself. Life is more fun if I'm just take care of myself. I can go hither, dither, and yawn, right? Go all over the place. Just do what I want, whenever I want. No, man, I don't got to think. All I got to do is think about me and nobody else. And all along the way, I started seeing all these people, like, just needed help. Just like God, like, everywhere. Like, people, old ladies need help across the street, This drive through a lot of neighborhoods, you start seeing all this stuff that's overgrown. People need help taking care of stuff. Right? I've been trying to match people that ooh, shit, my water overfloweth. There are a lot better ways. So anyway, the fellow I was talking to, I got sidetracked. So I was telling him about my idea. I said, all it takes, I said, I just need to find the programmers need to find me. Because I'm not a programmer. And I got too many other things to do to take care of mom and critters and stuff like that to be sitting there dilly-dallying, and that's why, because I'm multifaceted. I'm a jack of all trades, but that's not something I have a time that I want to put in my energy into the time to do that stuff. I got the ideas. I just need, and I know how to communicate them. I just need to find the programmers to do this stuff. I give people the ideas, and then, oh, you lost your pillow? Hey, Ma, you want to sit by Benny back here?
No.
No? You're good where you're at?
Yeah.
Here, Tuck. Good dog.
Yeah, he like your kisses.
I know he don't like the light much.
Lots of light this
No, he don't like the light much. All it takes is some GIS software. You know, they already most county town has a website. I know Taos County has their website. Look at him propping himself up. Right? And so all you got to do is take your coordinates, right? And like if you look at a picture, any picture. Is California getting rain? I hear California's getting rain. Don't fall off, Benny. But if you take any picture, now I'm not, there it is. All like iPhones here, right? Like, I know this is probably an Android thing too. I'd have to look at an Android. I don't have one. But all the picture, when you scroll up, it has all this information. Okay, it has the date and the time. All you have to do is add location, right? Upload, okay, and then do your task. Do the task. Like this guy, he goes out an hour every day and picks up garbage, right? So if he were to take a picture, boom, in the beginning, and then after the hour, back of his truck filled with garbage, boom. Taken an after, it has the start time and the end time. Right? All people need is Venmo these days. Or pay, you know, everything's going digitized. Give more people opportunity to pay paid for the work that they do, even the service work, because you got these multi-trillion-dollar companies that are like hogging all the resources, and like governments have made it freaking illegal to be a regular human being that doesn't give a shit about freaking perpetuating the machine. You don't know what I mean? Like, unless you don't, if you don't want to be, either if you don't want to be a part of that, then you will suffer and you will be poor. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you don't want to make somebody else a whole bunch of money, you will, you know. And people, well, I mean, there's women 60s, 70s living in, like, we gotta make things easier for people at the bottom, because they're not gonna do it from the top. They're not. It's up to the people to take care of people, and there's a lot of people that do not know and are unconstitutionally incapable of taking care of themselves. Largely because they've always been taken care of. Largely for that fact that they've always been taken care of, and they're going to lose that thing. And either, you know, and we got to help teach people how to take care of themselves. We have to. I come from a long line of really strong women. Like, you know, women that have come across by themselves uncovered wagon halfway across the United States, from Arkansas across to California, is stories that I heard, right? And so it's like, when I hear of all, and I think about all the stuff we've endured in all just our short lifetimes, Ma, and I look around and I look at people that just can't, you know, all that they could ever do is what they're told. And then if you put them in a situation where they have to think and they got to figure something out, you know, hopefully they can call somebody that can help. You know. But people want to get paid so much for maintenance, and people want so much money. You know, so much. I watched these group of young men, and they got a garage, a semi truck. They got a big old huge operation. They got a nice operation. I guess they just closed their one in South Dakota, and the guy who's been had one in Alaska too. I don't think they were as far as Fairbanks. I think he was what do you call it? What's that other? Anchorage. Yeah. So, see, I wanted to live in Alaska because of a show called Northern Exposure, and then coming to find out the reality of, I mean, once you find out the reality, because I grew up in Northern California, it was made up in Washington. So, like, I mean, it was just like everything was fake, But how many people chase the dream of Alaska, and then the reality of Alaska is just like it's so hard. I mean, that's a way of living, like when you're younger. You know what I mean? You okay, Benny? And setting yourself up, But it's like people get lost in vastness just so they can stay away from people and not help others. You know, like what people do to evade living lives of service. They live lives of self-servitude and solitude. That's trippy to me. Like the effort that people put into just that's wow. Wow. I know I've lived incarnations where I've done that. I know I have. I just see that's why I'm so adamant about community and needing other people is because people might not need people now, but if you get the opportunity to age in this life, one day you're gonna, because bodies wear out, they get tired, you can't do what you used to do, or I'm not even 50 yet, my body's kind of wrecked, and every year I can do a little less than I could before, right? And then, but I kind of always comes up with ideas of how to make things easier. Like I can't bend over and like pull up my pants. So I'm coming up with real creative, clever ways of being able to do that. So, anyway, people are learning how to take care. And it's good for you to take care of things. I remember, remember Oma in Los Osos? And she was a big, mean German lady, right? And she cared, right? So I didn't think, when people were stern with me in life, I never, sometimes I could recognize, though, they're doing that because they care, right? You could tell the heart space, but you could also tell when people would do stuff just to be mean. We're to live this incarnation to learn discernment, and to use our discernment, to freaking keep ourselves safe and from harm, because there's a lot of weirdos out there want to cause harm people, right? And one of the ways people cause harm is just by neglecting the recognizing that there's a need that, somebody has, and they could do something to make somebody's life easier, but that's for somebody else to do. That's somebody else's job. I don't need to do that. So, taking before and after pictures of jobs like that, and then direct deposit into their account, whatever, their whatever balance preferred methods. So that way people, if they're passing through and they need to earn some money, instead of, I know some people make a lot of money holding signs and stuff like that, but I see a lot of people that hold signs that are capable of working. There's just people that, don't want to go through the interview process, stuff like that. But I bet there's a lot of people that go out and pick up trash, right? And of course it's an integrity thing, right? I mean, of course, that's why you got to have GIS, because it's like, okay, are you at the location for the whole time? Because there's going to be the junkies that are they're not that ambitious to bring their own garbage, hang out for 2 hours, I don't know, stuff like that. But of course, then you have the moderators. The people that maybe make the people that are supposed to be doing the work, they could go around and moderate the people that are, I mean, you think people could self-govern, they just can't. Look at the world. People cannot self-govern. They cannot govern themselves. They do not govern them. There's so many that don't. But I don't even know if there was always a real people. You know what? Like, people that are so indulgent, I mean, are they really human beings, or are they just, consumed by demons and shit like that, And I hate this weekend. Every year I don't like freaking Super Bowl And then I saw something on social media that I thought was real interesting. You getting hungry, Ma?
Yeah.
You getting hungry?
I'm hungry.
Um, uh, and that's the superb owl. Like they split up the Super Bowl, and it's the superb owl. And I remember it's all that club stuff. It's all that I hate club, all of it, fraternity, all of it. My brother used to go every Super Bowl Sunday weekend. He and his fraternity brothers would meet and go up to Tahoe and run around and do, waste time and piss away money, you know, in the woods in Tahoe. And these guys are a lot of these guys are like DAs and stuff like that now. It's trippy. What did I do with your uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Anyway, I know freaking DAs in Stockton and stuff like that. It's just like these places are hell. But these guys, their social media pages are filled up with their kids going to the best colleges and skiing in Vail and it's like that's like why your community's shit, because you're off playing. The work isn't getting done, and now we're all collectively gonna feel the pinch of what it's the pinch of when people don't do the work. But this guy it was cool because I was talking to this guy and he's like, these are ideas that I could really get behind. And I started thinking about that. Like what do people, like, how are we going to change the political climate in this country? Because I can't go down to fucking Santa Fe and, sit in a desk with all the behind the big fancy desk and shit. I got too much life to live. Like the people, that should be a side part, right? Like, not a profession, a career where they become millionaires. That's not, and there's been a shift because people lost their soul, they lost their spirit, they lost their way. All the while touting like they're Christian or they're Catholic or they're this religion or that, and I'm like, I don't care what religion you are, you're a greedy mofo. Like, look at all the mega church people, right?
Mega church?
Yeah, they got these big old churches, millionaires. Like, you used to watch them on TV. Creflo Dollar, that one lady from the South. I mean, they have good things to say, but they're not practicing what they preach by being generous of spirit. They just keep talking about all the blessings that they've received without paying them forward,
Paying it forward.
How's this taste?
Nice and light.
You like it?
Kick to it.
A little bit of fire, a little heat on that, little New Mexico chili. Mom and I have been watching The Good Doctor because soon, on the 22nd of this month, the last season starts. Which is bittersweet to me. It got me through a lot of years because it always gave me hope. Because he's not so neurotypical. And I'm not so neurotypical. And as his storyline progresses, he finds love. And sometimes I think, well, if he can, I can.
Yeah.
If he's not so, And then it's like, oh, that's just on TV, Marge. I don't want kids. I never wanted kids. I mean, I like to be around them. But I would be too hard on kids.
Too hard?
I would have been too much. I would have, because if I would have been like my dad, I wouldn't want to do that to any other kid. You know?
Wow.
Because he was so mean to me.
Really?
And act right and think about what you're doing. You know? And he'd always tell me how selfish I was.
Really?
Yeah. Just jerky.
Yeah.
But I turned out really very well behaved. But I don't want to do that to another person. I think it's less important that people are obedient. You know?
Yeah.
But they got to learn how to self-govern and the consequences of being too, you know, having too much.
Too much.
Like, never eat too much. You know, don't, like, because we used to go to smorgasbords, right?
Uh-huh.
Remember those like, Norse chuck wagon, stuff like that?
Yeah.
The old guys would take us.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to learn, and there was a lot of time we didn't have food to eat, especially at the end of the month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you had to buy bus tickets to satisfy a judge.
The judge?
Yeah, for custody.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. And then I had to learn the consequences of eating too much.
Too much? Right.
Because I'd get a bellyache.
Oh.
People eat more food than they need to. Go ahead. Are you gonna keep eating? I have to eat a little in the morning to get my body going. I don't even eat pork anymore.
Pork?
Yeah. Here. And I told Augustine the other day, I said, you know why I don't eat pork? I said, because I like it so much. It tastes so good to me.
Uh-huh.
That I feel like that, but I also like little pigs.
Mm-hmm.
Little pigs are super cute to me.
Oh.
So I would rather sacrifice, because, you know, I'm being a glutton. It's not good for you. It's not, you know, it clogs your arteries. I mean, a lot of people, I don't know, I mean, different, like, they don't eat. They don't eat pigs. You know? So I feel like that I need to discipline myself and not eat bacon, sausage, all that stuff. Because I like it so much. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You like it?
Here. You getting full?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whoa. The dogs would almost have been really excited about that.
Uh-huh.
How many more bites?
None.
None?
This is fine.
Alright, let me put this away. Taking care of Mom. I'm gonna fry some chicken strips tomorrow and make some mashed potatoes and gravy, Ma.
Oh, wow.
That sound good?
Yeah.
Get this out of the way. Yeah.
Isn't that pretty? The painting and the lights.
I've been praying for God to deliver us from evil. To get us to our place, our forever home. So, cause I just want to go where I just can be comfortable. I mean, I don't know why it's so hard to get that in life. Yeah, and it don't take much, but it's like all these people that it's like they can never get comfortable with all the stuff that they have. They're the ones that don't want to give people nothing, so they can make themselves comfortable because they're like, well, they're always gonna want a free handout. Excuse me, you make $220,000 a year. You're taking all the resources, taxes people got to pay, shit like that. I hear all these stories about taxes keep going up. People that haven't never paid. They've had their job for 6-7 years. It's always like this, and now they got to pay all this because we gotta support the lifestyle of fucking stupid people that just create more rules. Like you can't connect. You can't. It's illegal to collect rainwater. Stupid shit like that. In Oregon, there's like all these states that it's illegal, and it's just dumb. It's just the ludicrous have been winning, and it needs to shift, and I'm very excited about that. Huh. Anyway, I've been yammering long enough. Want to watch some funny TV, Ma? It's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out.